Hi, my name's Emma, and I'm a huge book nerd.
You're my library, always open for business, but you never show it. You're just sitting with it, but I know the score, and you're killing it.
Welcome to my December TBR. So I know we're already a little bit into December, and this video is very late, but I've been very busy. It's finals week now, and surprisingly that means I have a little more time for whatever reason. Don't know what's happening there. But I didn't finish some of the books that were on my November TBR, so they're carrying over to my December TBR, plus I have a whole stack of Christmassy books to read, so this is gonna be bad. The first book that I want to finish in December is A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin, and I only have about 250 pages of this left to read, and I'm very excited to read it. And then I think I need a little bit of a break from the Game of Thrones series. I do have a Storm of Swords sitting on my shelf, so we'll see how I'm feeling. I might pick that up January. Could be a good time. We'll see. And then I want to finish Stronger, Faster, and More Beautiful by Arwen Ellis Dayton, which I also started in November. This is a book that just came out on December 4th. And so far I'm really enjoying it. I'm only about 100 pages in, but I think it's a really interesting YA dystopian book. If you don't know what this is about, it takes place in the future in I think 2070-ish. It's about a world in which people are kind of like half robot, like that we use a lot more manufactured parts to repair injured human beings, and it's crossing a lot of lines, like morally trying to figure out like what should we be doing, like just because we can, does that mean we should, and figuring out like where that line is. And then I'm assuming that it is going to drive farther past the medical advances into engineering human beings to be stronger, faster, and more beautiful. This is really good so far. The first 100 pages are rock solid, so if this sounds interesting to you, I'd for sure check it out. Then I want to read Chocolate by Joanne Harris, which we were supposed to be reading for my book club, but I totally failed as a book club host in November. I just didn't have time to read this, but I think some of the members of my book club will be grateful for that. We're going to try to read it over break and maybe discuss when we get back next semester. This book is basically about a woman and her daughter who arrive in a little town in France, and they set up shop there, and the town is like very morally upright and religious, and she opens a chocolate shop and kind of teaches them how to indulge in pleasurable things. There's a movie about this too that's supposedly really good. And then this is a carryover from my November TBR. I want to read The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. This is a book about a girl who is raped by her brother's best friend, and then the book is about her going through high school after that and like learning how to live again and like move past it. So very interested to read this. I hope that I actually have a chance to get to it this month. And then I failed at reading a play last month, which was really sad. The play that I was supposed to read was Top Dog Underdog by Suzanne Laurie Parks, and I just didn't get to it. And I plan to this month. Now, Christmas book time. First, I plan to finish this little collection of Charles Dickens that my sister gave me for Christmas. I only read A Christmas Carol from it, and I still have The Chimes and The Cricket on the Hearth. I'm especially excited to read The Cricket on the Hearth. I don't really remember what The Chimes is about, but I am very excited to finish this. Then I want to read David Sedaris's collection Holidays on Ice, which is a collection of, I believe, short stories about the holiday season. And David Sedaris is a real funny guy. He writes a lot of creative nonfiction that's really interesting. He writes a lot of essays about his own life that are very funny. And I don't know anything about this, but I'm really excited to get to it. Then I have a YA holiday romance, and that is Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by Rachel Cohen and David Levithan. This is a book that I've heard about every holiday season that people think is really fun, and I have never read it, and I got it like shortly after Christmas last year, and I saved it till this holiday season to read, so it is time, and I will read it this month. Next up is The 12 Dogs of Christmas by David Rosenfeld, and this is an Andy Carpenter mystery. It's part of his series of mysteries about the detective Andy Carpenter and his dog. I think this will be really cute to read a book about dogs. I have read one other book from this series, and it was surprisingly good. So yeah, I'm excited about this. I don't really know exactly what the plot is, but There you go. The next one I want to read is Hope at Christmas by Nancy Nagel, and this is a romance about a woman who moves to her childhood home of Hopewell, North Carolina, and she is praying for some Christmas magic, and then there's a catastrophe, and she's off balance, and suddenly she discovers that there's hope at Christmas. And I don't know what that means, but I'm hoping that it's going to be a really charming, fun, not completely awful Christmas book. And then, if I have time, I received The Rule of One in the mail by Ashley Saunders and Leslie Saunders, and I have been really, really excited about this book. It's basically about an America in which the one-child policy is being enforced, and there is this girl who has a secret, and that secret is that she has an identical twin sister, and they only go out one at a time, so everyone thinks it's just one kid, but actually it's two. So I'm really, really excited to read this. I hope that I have time to get to it in December, but realistically, it'll be a January read. Those are all of the books that I would really like to read in December. We'll see if that actually happens. If you saw any books in here that you think that I should prioritize, let me know so I can do that, especially the holiday ones. I don't know much about them. I just kind of bought holiday books that were on clearance. So if you have any other holiday book recommendations that were not in here, I would also love to hear about those because I don't know a whole lot about holiday books. But thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Mwah.
Now I was headed to the bus stop.